Well, hello there. Inventory season is well underway at my work, so that means we had to clean out our stashes. So this week I took home a lot of good books. First up is Earth X, a book put out by Marvel. I hadn't really heard too much about it before, but I researched it before getting it, and it sounds like something I'd be into. Apparently you need a bit of knowledge of Marvel superheroes past, which I don't really have at all. But it looks like you also don't really need that knowledge, so I guess we'll see when I read it. After that, we have the New 52 Superboy. I hadn't read Superboy at all before the New 52 started, and I decided to pick it up. I thought the art looked pretty cool, and New 52 was just about reintroducing you to characters maybe you've never really been introduced to before. So I picked it up and I absolutely loved it. I can't really tell you why, but I like the story and the art a lot, so I figured I'd get this trade. Why not? Here's one I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I haven't seen it in a while, so I picked it up. I'm not positive I'm gonna love it, but I'm thinking I'm gonna like it at least. I hear complete mixed reviews on it, but it's something I think I'm gonna have to figure out for myself. I have not seen the Ghost World adaptation movie, so I don't really have any opinions on that, but I might after reading it. Here's a title that I really love. It's called Witch Doctor. The first miniseries of it came out not too long ago. I just ate it up. It's like House meets The Exorcist, I guess. Basically, it's about this witch doctor, and he goes around and he cures people of their weird demons and stuff. And it's really snarky and funny, and the art's awesome. I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but it's freaking great. So you should probably read it. But this is another title I would recommend to tons and tons of people. And the second mini just ended, so you should totally get on that once the trade comes out. I also wound up buying this copy of Squee. Squee is something that I hardly ever see at work at all. It's super rare. It pretty much goes out the second it comes in. I had never read it before, but I really liked Invader Zim when I was younger. I thought it was like really bizarre and something that I had never really seen before. So Squee seemed like a good choice for me. Now I think I have a problem because I can't seem to stop buying the Star Wars Omnibus collections. This one is Rise of the Sith, and it's chock full of more Sith stories, which, like I've mentioned before, I quite like. And it just seemed to pop up out of nowhere, and so I just grabbed it and put it in my stash, and then I brought it home, where I will love it forever, hopefully. Now, I don't know if I've really told you guys this, but I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan, and when IDW announced that they were going to be doing a revamped series, I was pretty excited and a bit apprehensive. But as soon as they started coming out, I had added them to my pull list. They're really good. I mean, they've made some kind of weird changes, but it all fits pretty well. So when I saw this first trade come in, I just jumped on it. I would definitely recommend it, even if you're not too sure if it's going to be good, because it is, I promise. So that brings us to these two guys. It's Ninja Turtles books 3 and 4. These guys are out of print. They're from the first runs of them, and I have never really seen them anywhere before. I'd seen the first book a couple years ago, and it's going for like 25 bucks, so I didn't wind up picking it up. I'm a little sad that I did now that I have these guys, but hopefully we'll be reunited sometime in the future. Now this one made me do a double take. It's the last one. Now this series was originally released by DC in the early 90s, and the artwork was done by Dan Sweetman, who worked on Beautiful Stories for Ugly Children, which I profess my love for, and I think the 5th graphic novel video showing off thing that I did. And so I had no idea that it was actually collected in this one volume trade. I put it in my box and I got super happy and jumped up and down. But this series is really cool. It's got Dan Sweetman's signature style on it. The artwork is like, it's sketchy and the colors are awesome. It's a bit reminiscent of Dave McKean, who I love as well. The artwork is just very innovative and artistic, so I love reading anything that they draw out. If ever you need proof of my insanity, this might be it. Despite not caring for it that much the first time I read it, I wound up shelling out $26 for this hardcover edition of Black Hole. I really want to love the series so much. The art is incredible, the plot is just awesome, but I just didn't connect when I read it. But that was also like 5 years ago, so I'm hoping it's going to be better this time around. I'm really open to it, I know what to expect a bit, and I just want a different perspective on it, I guess. I mean, the art's as cool as ever, and I am hoping that it'll just make me want to love it again. So yeah, I'm kind of scared, but I'm hoping for the best. Now, here's something that looks to be pretty promising. It's put out by Vertigo, and it's a sort of reimagining of H.P. Lovecraft's life. The art is really sketchy and artistic, and it seems like it's quite perfect for the tale that it's telling. So I'm eager to read it. Now, I had originally read maybe the first few issues of Scalped several years ago, and I kind of wasn't feeling it, so I put it down, and with the intent of picking it up again not too long after, but I got so bogged down with like the 20 or so titles I started reading at once that I just never picked it up again. So I always kind of felt bad about that because I've never heard anything bad about it. And this came in and I bought it. So I'm hoping that when I reread it, I'll just absolutely love it and I'll be wanting to read the rest of them soon too. And if not, it's just one trade. Now here's why I'm kind of crazy. I haven't really read too much of Hellblazer or anything about John Constantine besides a few stories that he's made appearances in. But that didn't stop me from buying these guys. They all came in and it seemed too good to be true. So I have no impulse control, and I'm okay with admitting that, but I think I'm gonna get quite the amount of enjoyment out of these guys, so I don't regret it, and if worse comes to worse, I can just sell them back. This one's Original Sins, which has some early John Constantine stories, so I guess it's probably best for me to start here. These two are the last of 4 volumes written by Brian Azzarello, who is awesome, so that's why I picked them up. Unfortunately, I did some internet searching though, and the first volume seems to be going for like $40 online, which is ridiculous, so I'm sad that I'm never going to get to read it, but I'm going to keep my hopes up because I think it's going to be really good, but I don't know because I can't read it because the first one's really expensive and I don't know about the second one, but whatever. So yeah. These guys cover issues 62 through 77 of Hellblazer, and they're done by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, who I love from Preacher, of course. And so I'm really hoping that I love these two. They seem to have the same kind of tone, and the character kind of deals with similar things. So I'm really excited about it. I know they did like a really long run, and this is just kind of like a chunk out of the middle of it. So I'm hoping I'm not getting into anything I won't understand, but if I don't, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because I'm just going to pick up through with the beginning as soon as I can. So that's my massive haul as of late. I have less room in my home than I did before, and a lot of extra good reading material that I will probably get to by the end of never. But I'm staying hopeful, and I'm trying to plow through as much as I can. Staying positive. And thanks for joining me again. I'm hoping to do another review soon. I've just been preoccupied a little bit, but I'm gonna get on that. And so yeah, thanks for another awesome video, I guess.